guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about how I do my listing photos. Before we start this video, I do want to say that I probably do it differently than other shop owners, and that's okay. There's different ways to do different things. So it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just how I do it. And you should definitely check out different ways to do it and find what works for you. This is just what I have been doing for 3.5 years and it works for me. I've tried to watch other videos and they seem confusing and harder for me to figure out, and this is just habit now. So but yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys how I do my listing photos. I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start out in Silhouette Studio, and you're just gonna pick whatever page or kit that you want to make your listing photo, obviously. So we will do this one. If the colors will pop back up here, there we go. So I'm gonna do this one. This is just a sampler sheet that I'm sending for a planner meetup type thing. So I don't really need to make a listing photo for this, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to do that. So you're gonna go up here to send to printer, and you're gonna click this little thing right here that says PDF, and you wanna save it as a PDF. Now, I feel like I remember somebody saying that they didn't have this option if they didn't have the business edition of Silhouette Studio. I honestly don't remember. I feel like it must have had, because I was making listing photos before I upgraded to the business edition. So I feel like it is available, but just so you know, I am working with the business edition of Silhouette Studio. So some things may be different for you if you're not running that one. So yeah, just letting you guys know that, but we're going to save this as a PDF. We're going to go ahead and save it, and we're going to say use.pdf. And it's not going to tell me that I already have that, because I already have this as a PDF file. So I thought it was going to say do you want to replace it or whatever. But yeah, so you're just going to let it process. It takes a while, I feel like, at least for my Silhouette Studio, to process the page. So, yeah, it's just fun times. Okay, so once you have that done, sorry for my messy desktop, but I need to clear this off. But once you have it done, you're just going to find the file, which I know that there's one right here of that same file, and you're going to click open with Photoshop. So I highly recommend getting Photoshop if you are wanting to do stickers, just because I do all of my listing photos in Photoshop, and I also do design my glitter headers in Photoshop. I don't really use it so much to design all the other stickers. I do a lot of that in Silhouette Studio, but I do use Photoshop almost daily, and I just really love Photoshop, but I definitely recommend it. I know there are other ways to do listing photos through Silhouette Studio and stuff. That's not how I do it. I'm literally just doing a video showing you how I do my listing photos, and this isn't a right or wrong way. This is just how I personally have been doing it. I've looked into other ways of doing it, and they just seem very complicated, very confusing. So I'm just going to stick with this. It may not be the best way of doing things, but like I said, it is, it's what I do. So, okay. So what I like to do is I like to draw a rectangle around where my sheet would be. So right about there. And I always make the fill transparent. I don't want any fill in there. And then I right click on this and I say make selection. And I click OK, and then you'll have this little dotted line around here. So then what I like to do is I go up to select, and I do inverse. So then it also makes this dotted line appear around the whole page. Then I go over to image, and I click on trim, and I just say OK. And then you get that box background here. Then I'm going to click on layer 1. And this is an important part, because if you keep it on rectangle 2 or rectangle 1, it's not going to end well for you. But I click on layer 1 and I go back over here to edit and I click cut. So what that does is it cuts this sheet out completely. So there is this like extra rectangle thing. We don't really need that. We need layer 1. We need to be able to move it around. So then what I like to do, let me see if I still have it here. I will open up my background, and I usually like cut it into a square just like that. But this is the background that I have chosen for my listing photos. So I then click on this and I drag it up into this file just like that. So from here, you want to click right there, and you'll see this little like chain type of button. I'm not really sure what it's exactly called. Maybe if I scroll over here long enough, it'll tell me. No. And I click on it. And what that does is it keeps your sheet like moving in a swift, like if I didn't have it on, this is what would happen. I could go like that, or I could go like that. But with this on, it like stays equal to how you want it, if that makes sense. So from here, it's pretty simple. You just make the sheet whatever size you want. So since this is only a 1-page thing, I'll make it the page a little bit bigger. I kind of tilt it just because that's the style and the look that I like in my listing photos. But it's really personal preference on what you guys like. You don't have to do a marble background. You could do whatever. There are tons of different options. So this is not like the only way to do things. And this is also not the only way to do listing photos. So if I only know of one other video out there that I've watched with this, and I found it really, really confusing, but I know that there's probably other videos. So definitely do your research and just figure out which one works best for you. This one for me is just the easiest, and like my photos are going to look a little bit different. There's going to be a size difference with different kits, but I don't mind that too much because they all pretty much look the same. So anyway, so we have this, and then I'm going to click the check mark, and there you have it. So what I like to do is I like to go to the FX button down here and scroll down to the drop shadow, and I click on the drop shadow. I obviously don't want it to be black. I want it to be more of like a gray. Yeah. And then I just kind of mess with like the sizing to see where I like it. And then that way it kind of pops off of the marble and it's not just like blending in, you know? And yeah, and then after that, I mean, that's pretty much that. But you could add text to it. If you wanted to do like a kit, you can just like, you know, start moving sheets around and putting like it wherever. I mean, but that's basically how you get the image to crop down and put it into your listing photo. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I know it's like kind of confusing. It took me a while to figure it out, but honestly now I'm so used to it that like when I've looked into trying different things, I'm just so stuck on this way of doing it that this is just what works for me. And I think it's so important to figure out what works for you in your business versus like what everybody else is doing. Because if you're trying to do this and it's more confusing or more complicated or takes up more time, then it's not really gonna benefit you. I mean, it might benefit you in the long run. So like keep messing with it, keep trying to learn it, but do what works for you right now and work with what you have is my point to that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial on how I do my listing photos. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so that way you can subscribe and see more videos, and hit the bell notification so that way you're notified whenever I upload. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight